What's up, Titans? Welcome back to another episode of Titan Sports, where we bring you the best coverage of Cal State Fullerton athletics. I'm Kyle Fulbright.
And I'm Corey Johnson. The Cal State Fullerton men's basketball team may have missed out on a chance to return to the big dance, but their season was not over yet. The Titans accepted an invitation to host the first round of the CollegeInsider.com tournament. So let's head over to Titan Gym, where Fullerton were taking on Bakersfield. In the first half, it was all about the Roadrunners. James Suber drives inside, gets fouled, bucket counts, and Bakersfield would lead at halftime by 18. The second half would be a totally different story, though, as the Titans would storm back. Khalil Ahmad hits a three, his third in a row, that was part of a 16-2 run to pull within 7. The momentum would continue, though, as Kyle Allman Jr. drives inside and throws down a two-handed ferocious dunk that would give the Titans more momentum, and they would be down by 2. Less than 3 minutes to go, Allman drives in yet again, and this time hits a floater. The game will be tied at 53. But the Roadrunners would respond. Taze Moore drives inside, feeds Suber yet again at the basket, and he gets it to go. Bakersfield wins 66-58. The Titans season ends with a record of 16-18 overall, but their third straight year, the Titans would win 10 or more games in Big West Conference play. Even though they will lose leading scorers Khalil Ahmad and Kyle Allman Jr., the Titans will look to Devon Clare, Jackson Rowe, and Jamal Smith to lead next season.
Titan baseball had one more non-conference series before Big West play begins. Fullerton usually saves this final weekend for Long Beach State. The Titans took the first 2 games of the series and were going for the sweep on Sunday. So let's get to Long Beach, where Fullerton was looking for their first sweep at Blair Field since 2013. Top of the first, scoreless game. Calvin Estrada hit goes off the pitcher. Sahid Valenzuela's throw is not in time, so the run scores. Long Beach up 1-0. Now let's go to the top of the 5th, where Valenzuela would hit a chopper to third, and the throw to first would be not in time. 1 run comes in to score. Game tied 1-1. Now let's pick it up in the top of the 7th. Valenzuela at bat again, this time with the bases loaded. He ropes it to right field, but a fielding error turns this into an RBI triple. Valenzuela would have 4 RBIs on the day. The Titans would lead 4-1. Now later in the same inning, a wild pitch would allow Valenzuela to come and dive in at home to score. The Titans would complete the sweep with a 5-1 win. Fullerton will have one more midweek game against Pepperdine before turning their full attention to a big conference opening series against UC Santa Barbara, who has the best non-conference record in the Big West at 17-3. First pitch for Game 1 is Friday at 7 p.m. We'll have highlights on our Titan Sports YouTube channel.
The Titans softball team visited Smith Field for a 3-game series against Loyola Marymount. LMU would take the first 2 games of the series 4-3 and 3-0, but Fullerton would respond in the series finale with a 12-5 win. Ari Williams would go 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs and was just a home run shy of completing the cycle. The Titans improved their record to now 20-12 and will look to close out their non-conference schedule, heading to Westwood to face number 1 UCLA.
We now send it over to Brandy and Ashling with this week's What the Tusk.
What the Tusk is up, Titans. Your girls are back this week to fill you in on all things outside of Titan athletics. As always, I'm Queen Bee, and next to me I've got my girl Ashling. Now, I've been referring to myself as Queen Bee, specifically Titan Sports Queen Bee, because right now we have a March Madness bracket going on with our cast and crew. And your girl's number 1, so I'm Queen Bee from now on until I officially lose, but I probably won't, so I hope you understand.
Oh, trust me, girl, I understand, and I respect your hustle and your picks, but we have some really important stuff to talk about today, including a Gronk retiring with an Instagram post.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a right way to announce retirement these days without social media?
I mean, these days, I'm not sure, but this was a little out of nowhere. He went on to thank the Patriots for all they did for him in the post, saying, "My life experiences over the last 9 years have been both amazing on and off the field. The people I have met, the relationships I have built, the championships I have been a part of. I just want to thank the whole New England Patriots organization for every opportunity I have been giving and learning the great values of the life that I can apply to mine." Now, I mean, it was a little out of nowhere because he's really young. He's only 29.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in an article I read in ESPN this morning, he said that he was just over football. Like, he's done with it.
Was this something that was, like, talked about during the season, speculated? Because I like football and I like watching football, but I don't keep up with it actively. And I was kind of shocked because I know he's a really great player.
I remember there was some talks before last season about how, if Gronk, if they don't go to the Super Bowl, then Gronk might retire. He might try to leave or whatever. But they won the Super Bowl, so maybe they were kind of saying like, oh, if they didn't win, then Gronk would kind of keep playing. But if they won, then maybe it was like kind of the end of the road for him. I mean, football, like we all know, it's really hard on your body and all the tackles. He's a big dude, so he falls harder. But they also said that the Patriots organization also said that he is welcome to come back whenever he wants, kind of like pull a Jason Witten, how he might come back. So that also might be an option for him. Maybe Tom will be like, hey, I need you. Please come back.
Please come back and play football.
Yeah. Moving on to our next hot topic, Robert Kraft finally broke his silence to publicly apologize for his involvement in the prostitution scandal.
I saw the statement on Twitter from an ESPN reporter, and I would like to point out in his apology that he says he's truly sorry and he respects women. I am confusion.
Yeah, honestly, I respect women, but I'm going to go somewhere to exploit women that I know exploits women. He knows this. We should have introduced this as a Men Are Trash segment.
Oh, we really missed an opportunity. We got to get used to this. It's not like it happens every week or anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's now okay in the media to talk about these things, so we're just got to get used to it, kind of go with the flow.
Yeah,
you know?
no, we'll get him next time. But for real, how are you going to go out here and say, I respect women, and go and be involved in a prostitution ring? And let me know.
And literally rent women for specific amounts of time. Like, they're a freaking old Blockbuster VHS.
I'm confused.
Now, let's shift back to March Madness. I just want to talk about how well I'm doing in the bracket.
Oh my God.
Totally kidding. We need to talk about Zion. CBS announced that they will be debuting a Zion cam where they will have one camera during the broadcast focusing solely on Zion during the Duke games. Now, this is not a new concept or anything. Spectrum does do the same thing for LeBron James, but the biggest difference is LeBron gets paid the big bucks and Zion gets paid zilch.
It's honestly not fair. The cameraman controlling the Zion cam is making more money than he is. And this is terrible. And I cannot wait until he escapes from the NCAA and signs his first major contract. That kid belongs in the NBA.
Like, imagine, in the Dukes of North Carolina game, all the money that they paid just to go see him, and then he ended up getting hurt, so they didn't even get to see him. But imagine if, he was able to make money off of that. He would play college for a few more years for sure, but I think now he's gone. Yeah, I think it's so wrong the way, and it's more apparent now as athletes get better and better, and people are now more focusing into college and how there's a lot better athletes now in college than there was back in the day. So people are now focusing on college sports more so, and they're not getting paid anything at all. The amount of, yes, he gets a free tuition or whatever, but the amount of money he could have made is way more than tuition at Duke.
Oh,
way more.
I just think it's not fair how, like you said, they're doing it for LeBron, and LeBron is making money doing that.
Yeah.
Like, just for the LeBron cam alone, you know that he's getting paid extra from Spectrum.
Right.
And Zion is not getting any of the benefits from this. It's just, it's so sad.
It's definitely not.
Hey,
I mean,
just NCAA things.
Yeah. Now moving on to our new mini segment for this show, Meme of the Week. All right, Aisling, what meme do we have this week?
Antonio Brown had published this meme on Instagram, and it was the Hotline Bling little cameos, and they had photoshopped his face on there, and he's looking away from the Bills, and he's smiling and laughing towards the Raiders.
Yeah, I saw that.
I thought it was really funny as somebody who's a huge Drake fan, but it was just comedy since people know that he's gonna go to the Raiders, but he's like, bye.
I think poor Bills, once again, the poor Bills. But I thought it was hilarious. I think it was, when there was first rumors that he might be traded to the Bills, I thought that was hilarious. All the bleep he talked about going to the Bills, and he's like, so it's a good thing that he did go to the Raiders, but I think that is an amazing meme, great sports meme. I can't wait for next week to see what we're gonna look at.
We love memes. Well, that's all your girls have for you this week. Make sure you're keeping up with what the Tusk is going on, Titans.
As for now, we're sending it over to Alex with this week's In Case You Missed It, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, Titans. I'm Alex Esparza, and this is this week's edition of In Case You Missed It. Starting off with women's golf, they traveled to Sedona, Arizona to compete in the Red Rocks Invitational, where they had a team score of 6 over par to finish in second place. Swinging over to women's tennis, the game against Sacramento State was canceled due to weather, but the Titans played Drake for the first time ever, winning 6-1. Running over to track and field, the men's and women's team placed 7th and 8th over the weekend in the UC Riverside Spring Classic. That is all for this week's In Case You Missed It. Throwing it over to Rita for Titan Timeline.
Thank you, Alex. Hello, sports fans of Cal State Fullerton. I'm Rita LeBeau with this week's Titan Timeline. The Titan softball team will head to UCLA on March 26th for a mid-week game with the Bruins before starting a 3-game series at Santa Barbara this weekend. The Titans will try to hit a grand slam this week and sweep all their games. For tennis, the Titans will travel to Portland on the 27th and play at 11 in the morning. The Titans have their second match this week at Seattle U at 11 a.m. on the 29th. Let's hope that there's a lot of love for them. Let's run on over to the Titan track team. They take part in the Bob Larson Distance Carnival on the 29th. But last and certainly not least, the Titans will compete in the Titan Team Challenge March 30th. The Titans will look to have the odds forever be in their favor. That's it for Titan Timeline. I hope you'll have a lovely week and have a fun and safe spring break. I'll head things back on over to Corey and Kyle at the desk.
Well, folks, that's all we have time for today. Thank you for tuning in for today's episode.
You can watch our past episodes and game highlight packages on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CSUF Titan Sports and like us on Facebook to stay connected with us.
On behalf of all of us here at Titan Sports, I'm Kyle Fulbright.
And I'm Corey Johnson. Remember to keep those Tusk up, Titans, and we'll see you next time.